Right. Yeah, has been some times because yeah, this paper I think is about 2 months already from the SPM. So I will make one video as I promised. I guess two. We still have paper two. To discuss about the paper one and paper two for SPM 19, MF, and yeah, I I just like went through this paper, and I would say like examiner really don't like the 2019 student. Yeah, because this is quite hard, especially like the last question 25, the probability distribution. I would say is really hard because even me also like take so long to figure out what actually is one, because we already like do so many questions about probability distribution, especially in paper one, and I did ton of the exercise from different reference books. Yeah, and the state paper also I have no idea how to solve that questions. Eventually I figured out, and I hope today's my discussions I don't make so many mistakes, because yeah, this paper is not really easy paper. So yeah, let's have a look on this paper. Yeah. So the first question is still okay. Because the first question they say, okay, you have three dice of different color are thrown. The number obtained by red and yellow and green are 6, 6, 3 respectively. So draw an arrow diagrams to represent the relations, the color dice drawn to the number obtained. So I guess it's just uh like this. So basically I have three different colors. So I have red here, and then I have yellow, and then I have green. So each of them I will connect to the specific number. So as the question suggests, so I will connect to the 6, 6 and 3 respectively. So yeah, so I guess even though you draw the circle thing, I believe they will still give you correct, because arrow diagram, as long as you have the arrow here, I guess should be okay. So yeah, so here will be the color dice, and then here will be number. So and then hence state the relations is the relation a function. So first thing, this is one-to-one relation, because you can see one color only go to one number. So yeah, I would say it's one-to-one relation, and then yes, this is a function. Yeah, this 2 mark need some drawing here. So finally I miss you. So yeah, I miss all of you also. I take MF in Singapore. Yeah, I did discuss about this year Singapore paper also. Yeah, I see some Cheku actually help me to forwards. Yeah, thanks a lot. I cry after paper 2. Yeah, paper 2 will be hard. So would you be teaching UEC syllabus in the future? If I have the UEC paper in English version, maybe I will consider, because UEC in Mandarin for me is actually not so easy, because even though I know Chinese, but then yeah, it's a different keywords thing. Why one to one? Then you need to go back to the function. One to one, that's mean like one uh one one object linked to one image. We call one to one functions. Yeah, if the UEC have English version, maybe you can send to my emails, mattheweducation@gmail.com. Yeah, so I can check it out. If like I can do, then I will discuss. Okay, let's go to the question number 2 here. So the diagram 1 actually show the graph of the quadratic function. So you have a quadratic function here such that p, q, r, n, and u are constant. Yeah, we have so many unknown here, and then it asks you to state the values of n. Okay, because this is quadratic, so quadratic means what? So if you see the quadratic, we know highest power of x must be x2. must be x squared. Alright, so therefore over here they ask about this thing. So if I change this equation into the index form, this is px power of negative n, right? Plus qx plus r. Because I know quadratic must be x squared, so therefore I will say negative n must equals to 2. Then n will become negative 2. Alright, because quadratic must be x squared. So if fx equals to 0, fx equals to 0, that means y equals to 0. And what is this equation? This equation basically is the x-axis. Alright. And then they ask you, and the product of root is r, and state the value of q and p. So, okay. So they ask us state the value of q and p. So we kind of need to do these equations, but state the value. So I guess maybe we can straight away do this. Okay, let me just rearrange the equation first. So yeah, we learned about this thing, right? Fx will equals to x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root. So yeah, so from here the product of root is r. So yeah, so we can get the r easily. So basically what we know is, okay, let me do the sum of root and product of root also. So sum of root will be negative q over p, and product of root will become and the product of root is r. Product of root will be r over p. And the question tell me the product of root is r. So it's kind of weird. So I will say r equals to r over p. Then r and r I simplify here, left 1. Then p, this is 1 over p equals to 1, right? So p should equals to 1. Yeah, the product of root is r. And state the value p and q. So we need to find the sum of root here. Sum of root, basically this is both of the root, right? U and negative u. So u plus negative u equals to negative q over 1. So yeah, this is 0, right? So therefore q should be 0. Okay, q will be 0. Because negative q will equals 0, then q will be 0. Yeah, I hope I'm correct. Yeah, if you find any mistake, you can let me know. I think I won't continue to watch the live as I just recovered depression. Yeah, I'm sorry if you got depression. Why am I here? Yeah, I can understand how you get depression, because when I did this paper just now, I almost get depression also. Alright, so let's continue. So the graph of the quadratic function, blah 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 blah, and then you have this quadratic function, you have the maximum point, and then it asks you to state the h over here. So from this quadratic equation, definitely I will multiply the 3 into both first. So I have 6h minus 3 x minus 2 squared. And when you see this equation, you should know this one basically is the completing a square equation, isn't it? Completing a square equation tell you what? Your maximum value, or from the coordinate here, your maximum value is h minus 10. And your maximum value from the equation will be 6h. So h minus 10 will equals to 6h. So I move here, I get negative 5h equals to 10. Then h will equals to negative 2. Alright, this is how we get the h by understanding the equation. And then state the type of the root for fx equals to 0. If I substitute the negative 2 back into this equation here, you can see I have the equation something like this. Negative 3x minus 1 squared. Negative 2 times 6 will be negative 12. So from here, if I sketch out my curve, negative 3 tell me I will have maximum. And my coordinate of maximum will be 1 and negative 12, right? So therefore, I will have something like this. So I will get 1 and negative 12. So obviously you see this curve actually doesn't touch the x-axis. So if the question asks about type of root, then I will say there's no root. And then they ask me to justify my answer. I will say because it does not touch the x-axis. Of course, if I want to justify this question, by using the mathematics methods, so I can do the b squared minus 4ac. So I will try to solve until the end. My answer must be less than 0 because this curve doesn't touch the x-axis. But how you do b squared minus 4ac? Basically, you need to like you need to expand this equation over here. So I will just expand this one. But luckily fx equal to 0, right? So I can simplify it. Fx equal to 0. So I divided -3 for my whole fx because I just want to justify it quickly. So if I divide -3, here I get x minus 1 squared plus 4 equals to 0. Then I get x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 equal to 0. And then I do b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac. So this one is 4 minus 20, so it's -16. So it's less than 0, right? So therefore, it's at no root. Okay, so yeah. So b squared minus 4 is less than 0 basically means it has no root. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for this question, at first I actually take so much time to see what is this. At first I thought it's what divided by p time, and then I see the small arrow here basically mean they multiply p time. So it can multiply 10 times and so on. So from here, we have a q power of a. That means what? A power of q basically multiply 8 times. So basically you have power 8, right? That means you're going to multiply, and then you multiply total. You can see 1, 2, 3 until 8 times. This is the idea. So therefore, from here, from this equation, a square root is a power half. And then multiply p times. So it's p over here. So from here, I just do the comparing. I know my q equals to half and my p will equals to a. Alright, this is how I solve this question. When do paper 2? I hope this weekend I can do the paper 2. Yeah, if I have time. Alright, so okay. Yeah, these questions take me some time to understand it. But eventually, yeah, I still can do it. So it's given that sum of the first n term of the arithmetic progressions is this one, and then such that k is the constant, a is the first term, and 7 is the last term. So that's mean we have and then they ask us express k in terms of m. That means I kind of need to find one equation which can connect them. So and then for arithmetic progression, we have a formula for Sn, right? Because I don't have the common difference. I only have first term and last term, so I'm going to use this formula, n over 2 first term plus last term. So this is the formula for arithmetic progression. So we have Fm here. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to substitute this formula into the Sm. So it's Fm become m over 2, and then first term will be a, last term is 7. So I'm going to substitute this one into this equation because I need to make a connection between m and k so that I can make k in terms of m. So yeah, so I have m over 2, a plus 7 equals to k plus 1 over 2, a plus 7. So if you see carefully, basically I substitute this equation back into this position here. Okay, then a plus 7, I simplify. Basically, I divide a plus 7 for both sides. I multiply 2 for both sides. Then you can see k basically equals to m minus 1. Done. Alright, then, yeah, this part actually take me some time because they asked me to find range value of k. So when I see this equation, of course I know, okay, the first information I can get, I know k cannot equals to -1, because k equals to -1, it gets 0, it doesn't make sense. And then I realize, okay, this is SM, right? So if this is SM, at least some information I'm so sure is, because sum of first n term, n must be integer and n must be positive number, isn't it? Because you never see something like sum of -5. We don't have something like this. So n must be positive number. So therefore I know m must be bigger or equals to 1. Yeah, so we can n can be 1, 2, 3. We can sum of 5, sum of 6, sum of any number must be bigger or equals to 1. You seldom see S0. We don't have sum of 0 term. So therefore, because of this, I know my m, right? My m basically I move the -1. My m basically equals to k plus 1, isn't it? I just move my -1 to the other side. So must be bigger or equals to 1. So k must bigger or equals to 1 minus 1, 0. So I guess this one should be my range of k. Yeah, I might not be correct, but I hope I'm correct. Are you going to talk about new MF syllabus? Yeah, about the new MF syllabus, yes. Actually, I went to popular bookstore to check out the new syllabus. And yeah, and I checked out the Form 4 syllabus, because this year they only changed Form 4. Form 5, I guess they will remain the same like previous year. So I realized there's no new chapters coming out. So basically they just like swap the Form 5 chapter, go into the Form 4. And I heard the function that to add in some inverse function and also on. I haven't 100% sure the syllabus yet. So I will tell you about the syllabus after I've do some comparison. Alright, so next one, number 6. Oh, we have cert in the new syllabus. Okay, I love cert. I've been teaching cert for years in IGCSE. Oh, we can go to SPM AddMath website to check it out. Good information. I will go check it out then. Okay, so the third term is 4 and the fourth term is 7. So we know T3 equals to 4 and T4 equals to 7. State the common difference. Common difference basically fourth term minus third term, right? 7 minus 4. Then we get 3. And then find sum of the first 25 terms. So before I find the S25, I need to know what is my A. I don't have the first term, so I can't do this. So I kind of need to do A. So I will pick one of it. I can do T3 or T4, it doesn't matter. So you know the formula for Tn, right? A plus n minus 1d. So therefore, my T3 is 4. So n will be 3, right? So 3 minus 1, which is 2. My d is 3. So my a is -2. Because 6, right? 4 minus 6, you get -2. Now I have a and d already. I can do S25. I use the Sn formula. So it's 25 over 2. And then a plus n minus 1d. n minus 1. n is 25 minus 1, 24. D will be 3. Is it the formula is 2a, right? It should be n over 2 and 2a plus n minus 1d, right? Should be. Yeah, sometimes I just tend to like forget my formula. So yeah, I will use the calculator, and I just bought the new calculator. I'm not sure you can see or not, because yeah, they told me the old version actually will be substituted by this version. So I just go to buy it out because I want to see is there any new features. So 24 times 3 and then multiply 25 over 2. So it's 850. Alright, so yep, so this is how I will do. Okay, 3 consecutive terms of the geometry progression is 32, P and Q is given a sum of the This 3 term is 26, and find the possible value of P and Q. So basically, consecutive term is very good. I love consecutive term because we can easily form one equation from the consecutive term. Consecutive term basically means the following term, like 1, 2, 3, 4 is consecutive term. Like 98, 99, 100, 101 is called consecutive term. Mean the term continuous from previous term. Alright, so therefore from GP, at least we know the common ratio is basically like something like T2 over T1 equals to T3 over T2, right? You should learn about this one for the common ratio. So I will use the same methods to find my ratio, okay? Because this is a ratio formula. So I will do P over 32 equals to Q over P. So from here, I will make one equation, maybe P squared over 32 equals to Q. I call this one as my first equation because I kind of need to use a second information, which the question says sum of these 3 terms is 26. So that means 32 plus P plus Q equals to 26. So from here, I can sub my Q into this equation, isn't it? So 32 plus P, what's in my Q? My Q basically is P squared over 32 equals to 26. And I just need to solve this equation. I should be able to get the P. So what I've been doing here is, okay, I will multiply 32 for the whole equation. Okay, so 32 times 32, I have 1024 plus 32P plus P squared. 26 times 32 is 832. So my P squared plus 32P minus 1024 minus 832 192 equals 0. Then we will factorize this one. Should be divided by 24 and 24 and 8, yeah. 24 and 8. So should be positive for both. So P equals to negative 24 and P equals to negative 8. And then we still need to find the Q, right? Because the question asks us to actually find the P and Q. So yeah, you just sub the P into this equation. So I have negative 24 squared divided by 32. So 24 squared divided by 32, I have 18. And then another one will be, I write or Q equals to negative 8 squared divided by 32, which is 2. Alright, so yep, this is how we do this one. Move on to the next one. Oops. Okay, function. If the student write a equals to 10, determine whether the value is correct or wrong. So we want to know whether it's correct or wrong. We just substitute. That means if the student write a equals to 10 here, that means f3 will equals to 10 because yeah, this is how it's worked, right? From here to here. So this is 10. So we have fx equation. So let's substitute in. So fx equals to 2x. X is 3, right? Plus 3 equals to 10. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9, is it equals to 10? 9 is not equals to 10. So therefore, it is wrong. Okay, then they ask you to find the G inverse. So in order to find the G inverse here, we have this equation, right? So what I'm doing here is I will let fx equals to m. Okay, I will let fx equals to m, and then from this equation I know m equals to 2x plus 3, right? I will make x the subject. I will explain it later. If I make x is the subject, m minus 3 over 2 equals to x. This is my first equation. Alright, then I do from the second equation here. So G inverse fx is m, right? So equals to 3 over x plus 1. Because I want to find G inverse x. So that means if this is G inverse m, right, that means the other side here must in term of m also. Must in term of m. So therefore, I have the x as a subject for me to substitute into second equation to make the G inverse m in term of something m. Then I can change into G inverse x into something x. So this is how I will do this kind of question. So yeah, so I will just substitute in. So equals to 3 over m minus 3 over 2 plus 1. This is how I substitute the x into the x here. So yeah, so it will become what? It will become a 6 over m minus 3 plus 1. So therefore, G inverse x will become 6 over x minus 3 plus 1. Alright, this is how I will do this kind of questions. So, okay, first thing is you need to form two equations, and then you need to connect the two equations. And the information you have is two equal roots is b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. And then you have no root is b squared minus 4ac less than 0. So, and then I will see what I want at the end. Because what I want at the end, do you see the word range? That means my final equation must have the inequality sign. Inequality sign, but that means my equation must be less than something or bigger than something. So therefore, I will just kind of sub the first equation into the second one. Alright, so let's do it. So my first equation here, you should be able to know what is A, B, and C, right? My A will be P squared, my B will be 5Q, and my C will be 4. So I will sub into here. B squared minus 4. My A is P squared, right? AC, my C will be 4 equals to 0. So this is 25Q squared minus 16P squared equals to 0. Maybe I will want to make P as subject. Why I will choose make P as subject, not Q? Because my final answer, I want to have Q and H. But the final equation, it doesn't say about P. So that means I can make P as a subject. Then I sub into another equation which has P. Then P and P, after substitute, it disappears already. So we have no more P over there. Because the final equation doesn't say anything about P. They just want in terms of P, Q and H. So I make P as a subject. Alright, so 25Q squared equals to 16P squared. So 25Q squared over 16 square root equals to P. I just like do quickly. I hope you know this is just basically just move around. This is 5Q over 4. Okay, this is my first equation. Alright, then I will do the second equation. My A is H, B is -1, C will be P. So B squared minus 4AC. My C will be P, right? It will be less than 0. So this is 1 minus 4HP less than 0. And I have my P, right? My P will be 5Q over 4 less than 0. 4 and 4 I simplify. This is 1 minus 5HQ less than 0. The question say about what? They want Q in terms of H. That's why I need to make Q as a subject. So I kind of move around a bit. So Q is 1 over 5H. So Q will be bigger than 1 over 5H. Alright, so this is what that means by range. Okay. Okay, the next one, number 10. Alright, so express in terms of x. Alright, so we understand in order to get x, right, your log must look exactly like this. Log MC, log base MC, then only you can get x. That means now my objective is like A and B, both also I want to have some log MC in the expression there. So the first one is still very easy. This is log M. 1 over C is C power -1, isn't it? Then we know in the log world, power we basically can move to the front, right? Become -1, multiply this thing. And what is log MC is x, right? So it's -x. Yeah, I done the A already. Then we do B. Okay, because I say I want to have the log MC. So I do not want my base is something like square root m. Because square root m, it doesn't help at all. So I kind of need to change base. So I will change both into the log base m over log base m. And C and M cube I will write on the top. Square root m I will write at the bottom. And you should know, if you learn about indices, you should know square root m basically is mean m power of half, right? So it is m power of 1 over 2. And log rule tell me that multiply I can expand become plus, right? So log MC plus log m cube over 1 over 2 log mm. So basically what I'm doing here is I move the 1 over 2 to the front here, and then this one I move the 3 into the front here. So log MC is x. I move the 3, I get 3. Because log mm is 1 divided by 1 over 2. So if divided by 1 over 2, I simplify, it becomes 2x plus 6. Basically the 2 I multiply the top. You just solve the equation, then you should be able to understand this. Alright, 11. So yeah, this linear law question is a little bit challenging if you do not know what's happening here. So basically you have two different graphs. So over here, if you see the capital here, you just ignore it because the capital basically, if you see a capital X, basically it doesn't tell you what is the horizontal axis. You see a capital Y, basically it doesn't tell you what is the vertical axis. But the non-capital one is very important. So I will solve this equation first. I do not know what is my vertical axis, but I know my horizontal axis must be x power 1. So I'm trying to solve this one by the original equation here. So this one from here, I want to make it into y equals to mx plus c. So, but my equation need to be x power 1. So what I will do here is, in order to get x power 1, I will divide x for the whole equation. So if I divide x, basically divide x, or you can think I multiply 1 over x into every single one. So this is q over x squared equals to px minus q. So you can see now my y is y over x squared, my m is p, and my x is just x, and my c is negative q. So from here, at least I can make some connection. My negative q will be negative 6k. So q is just equals to 6k. But over here, I will make k as subject because what? They want in terms of p and q. They don't say they want in terms of k. So I make k as subject. K will become q over 6. I call this one first equation. Maybe we need to use it, maybe not. Okay, so, then the second equation, I know my vertical axis must be y over x squared. X cubed, sorry. So from here, what I'm doing here, in order to get x cubed, right, I know I kind of need to like multiply 1 over x squared into every single one, isn't it? So I will get y over x cubed. So equals to p minus q over x. Alright, so then by solving this one, I know this is my horizontal axis is 1 over x plus p. And what is p? P basically is my c value. My c is k plus 3. So p actually equals to k plus 3. Alright, so what the question want? Yeah, they ask express p in terms of q, right? So therefore, I have my k. My k is what? Q over 6 plus 3. This is my k, right? So this is my final answer, p in terms of q. Yeah, so this question is a little bit tricky because they don't give you like both axes. They just give you one of the axes. If you do not know the capital letter basically means nothing, then you might trying to solve it using a capital letter. But yeah, this is how you solve this kind of question. It's not really easy, but it's not like extremely hard also if you understand the linear law. Okay, question 12 here. Yep. Okay, so the diagram 4 actually shows the rhombus OACB inclined in the sector AOB with the center O and radius R. So yeah. So I know the radius is R, 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 and R. So they give me the area of the sector is 18. So we have the formula for area of sector, right? So it'll be half R squared theta. We have the area is 18, half, my R squared is just R, my theta is alpha. So the question asked me alpha in terms of R. So I just move around. So 36 over R squared equals to my alpha. And done already. This is how we solve these kind of questions. Alright, then the second one, they ask about perimeter or shaded region in terms of R. So in order to get a perimeter or shaded region, This shader region, we know how to find the arc length, right? Arc length basically S equals to R theta. So my R is just R, my theta is alpha. So this arc length will be R alpha plus 1R, 2R plus 2R. So my parameter of the shaded region, but they say in terms of R only, the question doesn't say in terms of alpha. So I kind of need to substitute my alpha into here. So this is 36 over R squared plus 2R. My P will become 36 over R plus 2R. Alright, this is how we find the parameter of it. Can you speak a bit louder? I think I'm loud enough. If I'm not sure your speaker got problem or not. You're trying to like make your volume louder a bit. Thanks for your video. You're welcome. Alright, so it's given that A and B lies on a Cartesian plan. Okay, this is a bonus mark now. So they ask about distance of AB. So maybe I straight away write AB. So distance of AB, I just use a distance formula. 1 minus 4 square plus 3 minus 7 square. So this is 9. 9 plus 16 is 25. So answer should be 5. Alright, and the line AB extend to C. So this is assume it's AB. The extend to C. Such that its distance from B is twice the distance from AB. So that means here will be twice from AB lah. So AB will be 1, the distance BC will be 2. And we have the coordinate, right? So I'm going to plug in the coordinate 1, 3. And then this one will be 4, 7. And then C will be XY. Alright, so you just use the ratio formula. So will be, just in case you're not sure, mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n, comma, my1 plus ny2 over m plus n equals to xy. So this is basically the formula I'm using here. So basically quite easy. X going to multiply 1 become x. 2 going to multiply 1 become 2. Over total ratio 1 plus 2, which is 3, will equals to the x coordinate, which is 4. Alright, then I do the same thing for y. This is y plus 2 times 3 will be 6. Plus together will be 3 equals to 7. So I solving this one, 12 minus 2 is 10. Then this one, 21 minus 6 will be 15. So my coordinate C will be 10, 15. Alright, I just apply the formula. How to watch from the start? You don't worry, because after the live streaming, the YouTube will upload the entire video to my YouTube channel. Then yeah, you can watch the whole videos. When will we discuss paper 2? I hope I can discuss this weekend. 14. Alright, this question is a bit tricky. I mean, normally coordinate geometry is quite easy. But yeah, this question a bit tricky because they give you so many unknowns and then they ask you to express K in terms of Q, R in terms of K and P and so on. Alright, so let's have a look on this question first. The first idea you kind of need to know is about the intercept form. The intercept form tell me what? X over A plus Y over B equals to positive 1. And what is A and B? A will be X intercept. B will be Y intercept. That means in the graph term, if this is my equation, my X intercept will be A. And my Y intercept will be B. This is X axis and Y axis respectively. Alright, so this is what happened for this formula. But we have this formula quite similar to this one, but I realize it's minus. So normally minus, what I would do is I'll rewrite it like this. This is plus Y over negative Q equals to 1. Because why? Because if minus basically tell me my Y intercept is negative Q. Alright, so from here, at least I know this is my P. And then this one will be negative Q. Alright, then they ask about K in terms of Q. So I have a negative Q here. So I try to make a connection between here. So what I'm doing here is, I can rearrange this one because this negative Q basically is a C for this line, right? It's a y-intercept. So therefore, if I rearrange this equation into the y equals to mx plus c, it becomes y 3 over kx plus 6 over k, right? So therefore, c will be y-intercept, right? So 6 over k equals to negative q. Then, then 6 over negative q equals to k. So this is k in terms of q. Okay, if you do not want to rearrange it, you can substitute the coordinate into that. I believe you get the same value also. This coordinate called 0, negative q. So if I substitute into here, I believe I still get the correct answer. K negative q 3, 0 plus 6. So therefore, k is still 6 over negative q. Yeah, you can do either one. But what I'm doing is I rearrange the equation into y equals to mx plus c. Then after that, only I comparing the c, because c is the vertical intercept. And the next one, they ask about r in terms of k and p. My r is over here. It's a c for this line. It's a c for this line. So because I see the parallel symbol, means what? Both of them will have the same gradient. The gradient over here will be 3 over k. Isn't it? Because m what? M will be 3 over k. So therefore, I can form the equation easily by doing y equals to mx plus c. So my y equals to m. My x is just x plus c. My c will be r. So over here, I do not want to have y and x. I want to have r and p. So therefore, this line actually passing by this coordinate. This coordinate called p0, right? So I will sub the p0 into the equation. So this is 0 equals to 3 over k multiply p plus r. And you see my equation have k, p, and r already. I just need to make the r a subject. So r equals to negative 3p over k. So it's r in terms of k and p. Yeah, so it's a little bit tricky if you are not so sure about y equals to ms plus c formula. If you know, then should be okay. Will you be helping SPM last batch this year for MF? Yeah, definitely I will help like SPM student for this year, 2020. Teacher, can you discuss the paper 2? Yeah, I will discuss the paper 2 this weekend, I hope. Yeah, because I will need to like go out. It's 8 p.m. So I hope I can finish by that. So yeah, so let's move on to question 15. We still have 10 questions. So point E lies on AB. Okay, so yeah, we have all the information. AE is ratio 2, EB is ratio 1. EB is 4U. Where is EB? Okay, here is 4U. AD is 3V. This is 3V. And this is parallelogram, so I know this is 3V also. Alright, because the ratio 1 is 4U, so ratio 2 will be 8U. So the total will be 12U. Alright, normally I will just straight away write down all the information I have so that I can do quickly. And it asked me to find AE. Yeah, AE I just did. It's just 8U. Simple. And it asked me to find the E to T. Okay, in order to find the ET, I need to have AT, right? Okay, I can straight away do lah. I will say ET will equals to EA plus AT. EA is quite simple. E to A is negative 8U, right? And A to T, okay, A to T is half of the AC, right? Because AT, this is midpoint, so it's half of AC. It's half of the AC. This is negative 8U. We can find AC easily. AC will be 12U plus 3V, right? So it's negative 8U plus 6U plus 3 over 2V. So it's negative 2U plus 3 over 2V. Alright, this vector question is very simple. There's nothing surprise here. When will be next IGCSE MF live video? Yeah, mostly I will do during the May-June exam. Alright, so Okay, these questions is a little bit tricky. They ask me express h in terms of m, and so I need to make a connection. So what I'm doing here is I assume all these coordinate is in the I and z is in I and j's axis. Alright. So then only I can join them together. And then because I and j is over here, so we must always start from the O, which is center point. So P is just somewhere here, maybe 2m. So you can see here is like 2 unit and here will be m unit. So this coordinate we call P, 2m. Alright, so you get the idea. So what I'm doing here is rather than I write like coordinate, I'm going to change them into a vector form by myself. So like coordinate P, I will say OP because it's from O to P, isn't it? So like 2m, I will call it as a 2i plus mj. So same idea for Q coordinate, I will call it OQ. So I will say it's hi plus 6j. Why I want to do that? Because I see a PQ here. Because in order to do PQ equals to 2v plus kw, right? PQ basically is PO plus OQ, isn't it? So therefore 2v, we have the v is here, which is 2i minus j plus kw, w is 9i plus 3j. And I have the PO, which is opposite of OP. I add a negative for both. And this one I just copy hi plus 6j. And here I will just group I together straight away. This is 4i plus 9k, right? So I will say 4 plus 9ki. Alright, and then this is minus 2j. This is 3k, right? So I will plus 3k minus 2j. Because later I need to comparing I and j, so I kind of regroup them. Alright, then I comparing I. So that means here I will actually focus on both I here. So you can see here is I, here is another I. So h minus 2 basically equals to 4 plus 9k. So I want h in terms of m. You realize the question here have no k, right? That means what? I need k as subject. So therefore I need to make the k as subject. So h minus 6 over 9 equals to k. I'm going to call this one as my first equation. And then I'm going to do the same thing when I'm comparing j. So if I'm comparing j here, you can see the j is m plus 6, right? So m plus 6 will equals to 3k minus 2. Because h in terms of m, so m is fine, but I do not want k. So I will substitute my k here, which is h minus 6 over 9 minus 2. Then I solve this one, should be able to get h in terms of m. So this one I simplify, I left a 3 here. So yeah, I will move the negative 2, become positive 2, which is 8, equals to h minus 6. I move the 3 here, we multiply 3. So h will become 3m, 24 plus 6 plus 30. Alright, this is how I leave my answer h in terms of m. Yeah, a lot of substitution in this kind of questions. So I hope you actually get the idea how to solve it. And yeah, so I just assume the coordinate is in the Cartesian plan, which is in terms of I and j. Alright. Suddenly got the MF live streaming one. Yeah, because a lot of students, because I thought most of the students are not interested on the real paper 2019, but so many of you keep come to my page and ask me when will I upload the paper 1 for MF, paper 2 for MF, and I realized I actually owe you guys about these 2 videos, so I decided to like do it. Of course I can record myself, but I don't want to talk to myself for 1 or 2 hours, so I just do a live streaming. At least I can talk to the human here. Yeah, so yeah, this is the reason why I do a live streaming. 17. So the curve y equals to px power 4 plus 2x have a turning point. Turning point tell me what? dy dx equals to 0. Alright, so I will differentiate this one. I give it 4px cubed plus 2 equals to 0. And my x is negative 1, right? 4p negative 1 cubed plus 2 equals to 0. So negative 4p equals to negative 2, p equals to 1 over 2. Alright, after I got the p, I need to find the q. So I will sub my p back into my original equation. So it will be half x4 plus 2x. And then I will sub the whole coordinate into my equation to find the q. Q equals to 1 over 2. 1 over 2, negative 1 power 4 plus 2, negative 1. So q equals to half minus 2, q equals to negative 3 over 2. Right, this is a simple question, so I will just skip here. It's okay to forget everything if you're not going to do this at your university. But yeah, I guess most of you still will touch math or AddMath in your university. Trust me. Because even my psychology also, I will touch the probability and statistic. Alright, okay, this one I give you information. When you integrate from 3 to k fy, you will get 3 over 2. Alright, so a is basically similar, but then okay, they actually changed the 3 to k to 3. So I know I add a negative, I can change them back to 3 to k. 4, I will take it out. This fy, dy. Alright, and I know the entire thing will give me 3 over 2. So I simplify, this one should be negative 6. Alright, then the b is the same thing. Find the value of k over here. So, okay, for part b here, okay, so I'm going to separate them. 3 to k2 minus 3 to k fy. Of course, both also have dy lah. Okay, equals to 4. Alright, this one, the entire thing is 3 over 2. No surprise. And then this one, I kind of need to integrate. So because of dy, after I integrate, I actually get 2y. This is k3 minus. So I will just substitute in 2k minus 6 minus 3 over 2 equals to 4. Then I should be able to get this equation. 12 will be 15. So 2k equals to 4 plus 15 over 2. So 2k, this is 8, 23 over 2. So k equals to 23 over 4. I hope I don't make any carry mistake. 19. So the diagram's 19. Okay, so it's a shaded region powered by the curve, blah 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 blah. Okay, so first thing is state the area of the shaded region. So in order to find this part, right, basically this is gx, right? I need to integrate a to b gx to find the area. And definitely, I believe, it should be dx. I don't know, should be dx. Yeah, because x and y axis, right? Okay, so in order to get this, if I can get this thing, I can get the area. So I have this equation. So what I'm doing here is, this is dx 2 hx equals to gx. Alright, because I want to find the area, so what I will do is, I'm going to add the sign by myself, AB, because I want to get the area. So I will add the sign here, AB. So after I add the sign here, okay, this is the area I want to find, so this is fine. This is the area I want to find. And then I kind of need to solve this thing, because I said many times, when the integration symbol meet d dx, you can simplify. But after you simplify, you are getting the HH already integrate a to b. Alright, and you realize you have this thing which is negative 7. So, but area cannot be negative. So I add a modulus for myself. So the area will be 14. Okay, so then the next one is, okay, they ask you to find gx. Same thing, I will add the integration sign for both sides. And then this coordinate normally for you to find the c value. So integrate mid d dx, I simplify, I left a gx, and here I'm going to integrate. So this one is 3x cubed divided by 3. It's x cubed. It's x cubed here. This is 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared minus 6x plus c. Alright, then it gives us the 319. I'm going to substitute in. This one will be 9 minus 18 plus c C should be 18, here should be 1. So yeah, I will rewrite the whole equation. Then my gx will be x cubed plus x squared minus 6x plus 1. Alright, this is how we actually solve this kind of question. Where can I get this question? I am not sure. You can try to Google it online. Yeah, last time is actually some students sent to me, but I couldn't find that file also. Okay, question 20. The event A, B, C are independent but not mutually exclusive. Not mutually exclusive means what? Both things that will actually intersect each other. This one called not mutually exclusive. It's mutually exclusive, that means both sets actually don't touch each other. So independent, the good thing about independent is what? So in order to find probability A intersect B, basically it's just probability A multiply probability B. Okay, this is what happens for independent. So therefore, the first one, A here, is probability A multiply probability B multiply probability C. So therefore, it's just X, Y, Z. Alright. Okay, but for the union, we know probability A union B, if it is not mutually exclusive, is equals to probability A plus probability B minus probability A intersect B, isn't it? This is the formula for non-mutually exclusive. So probability A is X, B is Y, and then this is X times Y minus XY. Yeah, I guess this is how to do this kind of probability question. You just need to remember some formula. Alright, okay, this one is a little bit tricky because this graph doesn't look like sine alpha, cos alpha, but the only one formula you learn about sine alpha and cos alpha one, which is sine 2a, right? Because sine 2a basically equals to 2 sine a cos a, isn't it? So what I'm doing is I will change this one into the sine 2a. But how I can change is something like this. I will do basically I divide 2 and multiply 2. So I divide 2 and multiply 2 at the same time. Sine alpha, cos alpha. So the whole thing here is basically give me sine 2a. And this graph itself look like it's sine 2a because sine 2a one cycle will be pi, right? So it makes sense. Alright, and then they ask me find m in terms of m. So this one is basically is the amplitude. So amplitude is n over 2, right? So n over 2 equals to m. So m equals to, okay, done. This is the answer. So m equals to n over 2. And then they ask there are 8 solutions when y equals to k, where k is the constant. First thing you have to understand, what is the line look like when y equals to k? Because when y equals to k, right, basically it's a horizontal line. Because you just imagine if y equals to 5, if you draw this line, how are you going to draw? You're going to do something like this, right? Parallel line passing by 5 here. So same idea to y equals to k, basically is a horizontal line. Alright, so if you understand that, so the horizontal line will have 8 solutions. That means you're going to touch 8 points with the curve, with the sine curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you realize it actually touched 8 points, but there's so many possible for k. So therefore, the question asks you to find the range of k in terms of m. So that means what I understand is as long as the line is between here, then it will touch 8 points. So therefore, my range of k must be between 0 and m. Why I cannot put the equal sign here? Because 1 is equals to m already. You can see at the m here, they only touch 4 points, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't touch 8 points. So therefore, I cannot include the m signs over there. Alright, so let's move on to 22. Okay, 22. Actually, I do make one video about this one. So here I will just like quickly discuss this again. So he want to reset the passcode such that new passcodes cannot consist 1 followed by 3. So what I'm doing here is I will minus all the possibility for 1 followed by 3. So because the 4-digit passcode, right, there's possible like 1 followed by 3 like this, or 1 followed by 3 by this. This is 1 followed by 3 by this. Alright, so for each of these, there's 100 way, because if I put the 1 at the first place, this one is considered as 1 way, this one is 1 way, but for third place here, I can put any number between 0 to 9, right? So it's 10 way. So same idea, this one, I can put any number from 0 to 9, which is 10 possibility, so it's 10 way, and then I multiply them, so you realize is 100. So same idea, this one is another 100. And this one is another 100. Alright, but then we still need to minus 1 possibility. Because what? I will get 1, 3, 1, 3, isn't it? So because this one might be happen when I put 0 to 9 into here. So if you see carefully, I might possibly get a 1, 3 here or 1, 3 here. So I kind of need to minus this possibility because this one is what they cannot accept. So there, because I'm repeating 2 times for this one, 1, 3, 1, 3. This one repeating 2 times. First time is from here, I will actually possible to get 1, 3, 1, 3, but this one is here, I possible to get 1, 3 and 1, 3. So I just can count as 1 only because, yeah, it's same passcode, so we count as 1. So it's basically like 300 minus 1, which is 299. Okay, this one is 1 followed by 3. Okay, so, and then I do not want, so I will find all the possible way minus this one. So it's 4 digits here. This is 10 way, 10 way, 10 way, 10 way, which is 10,000. So I just use the 10,000 because you're going to multiply them, minus 299. So my final answer should be 9701. Alright, so yeah, this one should be the final answer. Yeah, because yeah, in my video I actually missed out on the possible of a 1313. Alright, a survey will carry out on the household income distribution amongst the group of potential buyer by the housing developer company. Table 1 show the finding of the survey. So yeah, you have different income household. So this is number of family. So okay, so the housing developer plan to provide the housing scheme for the medium income group only. So the developer identify this group excluding those top 25 and bottom 25. Top 25, we know this one basically is the third quarter. Bottom 25, we know this is the first quarter. Or sometimes they call upper quarter and lower quarter. So rows qualified for the scheme. What is the range of the rows income? So that means the rows income here must be between Q1 and Q3. And cannot have the equal sign because the word excluding. That means if I equals to Q1, then I belong to Q1 already because they want to excluding top 25 and bottom 25. So therefore must between Q1 and Q3. So what I want to do here is I want to find what is Q1 and what is Q3. And you have the formula, so I kind of just apply the formula. So I find the Q1. So I want to know the n value first, which is the sum of the family. So I'm going to plus all the number quickly by using my calculator. So it's 960. Okay, this is a nice number because it can divide it by 4. Alright. Okay, so what is the formula tell you? The formula tell you basically is the lower boundary of the Q1. I want to know where is my Q1 and Q3. So I will use the 960 divided by 4. So it tell me my Q1 is located somewhere, the n must be between 240. So this is 150. If I plus 208, already more than 240, right? So my Q1 is located here. Okay, this is 240 TH. That means, yeah, this is where the Q1 is. So I want to know Q3 is 720. So I kind of need to see where is my 720. So yeah, 150 plus 208 plus 250 is 60, plus until here is 608. If I plus another 160, I know my 720 is located here. So this is my Q3 class. Because you need to find out where is your Q1 and Q3 before you want to apply the formula. Because the formula tell you what? The lower boundary of the Q1. So lower boundary, which is the 2999.5 plus, and then here will be n, which is total 960 divided by 4 minus cumulative frequency before this class, which is 150, divided by the frequency of Q1, which is 208, and then multiply the class size. So the C here will be 1000. How I know it's 1000? You use upper bound minus lower bound, you'll get 1000. So I will use the calculator because they want me to round off to the nearest RM, so I will make sure I leave in the whole number. 940 divided by 4 minus 150 divide 208 times 1000 plus 2999.5. So it's 3432. Alright, then I will do the same thing for Q3. Q3, the lower boundary will be 4999.5 plus, this is 3 over 4n, right? 960 minus cumulative frequency before the class. So I kind of need to cumulate here. Just now I say it's 608, right? So minus 608 divided by frequency of the class itself, which is 160. And then multiply the class size, which is C. Okay, if you're not sure about this formula, you can just go to check out the formula. Okay, 240 times 3 minus 608 divided by 160 times 1000 plus 4999.5. So I round off will be 5700. So therefore, I'm sure Rose income should be between 3432 and 5700 if Rose is qualified for the thing. So I just find out both and then I just substitute it, and then this is how we get the format here. Alright, so last two questions. Alright, this is probability. So the diagram 10.1 actually show the spinning wheel, which have the 4 equal parts with a different point used in the lucky draw in the supermarket. After spinning the wheel twice, the customer who obtain at least 9 points are given the chance to draw a ball randomly from the box as shown in the 10.2. A prize will be given if the black ball is obtained. So that means if you spin the wheel here, you imagine you have an arrow here, you're going to spin it, and then or the arrow might be outside, it doesn't matter. So if you spin this wheel here, if you get at least 9, you get a chance to actually get 1 ball from the box. And then if you can get the black color one, you will get a prize. Okay, this is what the question says so. Alright, so find the probability the customer is qualified to draw a ball from the box. So at least 9. So you can get 9 or bigger than 9. So we want to see the combination of the number. So 9 we must get 5 and 4. So I will find out the possibility. So yeah, get at least 9. Yeah, I can get 4 and 5 is 9 points. Or the first time I spin, I get 5 and 4 is still 9 points, still qualified. Or both times also I get 5 and 5. Right. If I want to get 4, because they are divided equally, right? So it's 1 over 4. I want to get 5 is 1 over 4. So you should know each of it is basically 1 over 16, right? Because you multiply, so the total possibility will be 3 over 16 to get at least 9. That means if you if you play 16 times, you have 3 chances you can get at least 9. This is what the probability actually mean. Okay, some students ask about last question. What if didn't write the between the R here? I think you can write anything makes sense, because not necessarily R, you can write income at the middle. Anything makes sense should be fine. Alright, the second one. A customer who obtained a 10 point but failed to draw a black ball will be given the privilege for the second draw without replacing the ball drawn. Find the probability the customer will get the prize. Alright, so that means if you get a 10 point, you will get a prize. And then but you get the 10 point, you can draw, and then you draw, you might get a prize. So we kind of a lot of possibilities. So let's figure out one by one. Okay, so I would say the first time we qualified. Okay, so in order to get, how do I do it? Okay, so if you get 5-5, you will get a second chance, right? Okay, let's do like this. If I get a 5-5, I will draw one ball. Maybe the first ball I will get a prize. So, okay, so multiply. I actually getting prize in my first draw. Okay, so 5-5 is 1/16. If I get a prize means what? I must get a black color ball. We have 2 out of 5, right? So 2 out of 5. Okay, so this is the first time you already get the prize. Okay, so yeah, so you just multiply this 1/40. Okay, so if I get a 5-5 here, but when I first draw, I does not get the prize at the first time, but the second draw I will get the prize. Okay, so 5-5 is 1/16. So if first time this one P prime mean no prize. Okay, if I doesn't get the prize, that means I must draw the white color ball, because if I get the black color ball, I will get the prize. So the white color ball will be 3 out of 5, right? This one means actually I getting white color. Huh? So the second time I will get the prize. Second time I get the prize, that means I must get the black, right? Black will be 2 out of 4, because without replacement. That means I take the white color ball, come out, I doesn't put it back. So it will be 2 out of 4. So this one will be simplify. This is 1/2. Okay, 16 times 5 times 2, 160. So it's 3 out of 160. Okay, but what if we get the 4-5 and 5-4? So yeah, so we will get a 4-5, and then second time I must get the prize, right? Probability of getting prize. So 5-4 is 1/16. Second time when I draw, I must get the prize. So which is what? Which is the black color, right? 2/5. So this is simplified is 1/40. Yeah. So if I get the 4-5, I mean 5-4, 4-5 already did. So 5-4, and the second time I draw, I mean not second time, mean I qualify and then I go to draw a black color ball. So it's another 1/40. Then I will plus all the possibility here. So this is 1, 2, 3. So this is 3/40 plus 3/160. So times 4 times 4. This is 12 plus 3 is 15/160. And then I will just simplify this one. 15/160. So it's 3/32. Yeah, I hope, yep, this is correct. Okay, so yeah, actually I can straight away do using 3/, yeah, it's actually wasting too much time. Actually I can do some, because I know 3/16, right? I can do the straight away get the price the first time, like 3/16 times 2/5. then I actually get 3 over 40. Yeah, then only I plus this one because I don't need to do 3 times. I mean, here actually I wasted time actually doing 3 times, but it's fine as long as you can understand what I'm doing. Okay, last question here. The diagram 11 actually show the normal distribution graph of the time for the school bus to arrive at the school. I would say this question is very hard. Even me also like cannot do. Seriously, I go to Google it. Not to say cannot do because I remember something like a standard deviation, but then it's not 25%. It's not mistaken. It's like something like 31.67%. They have a standard one. Yeah, but anyways, since he given like this, so we're trying to do something like this. So they asked me to find the standard deviation. So since I know each of it is 25%, 25%, 25%. So what I'm doing here is, because this is x, so this is normal distribution. This is not the z, alright? So therefore the mean is always at the middle. So this one will be the mean here. But anyways, if this is the mean here, I do not know what is this value. This value maybe I just call it x. Alright. Or I call x0. It doesn't matter. You can call k also, m, l, you can call anything you want. But I try to focus on this area. So what I'm doing here is, I would say the probability x is bigger than xo is, you know the probability, right? Because area itself is very basically a probability. It's 25%, or I would say 0.25. Alright. So what we are doing here is, okay, in order to do it, we must change this one to z, right? So here, what I'm doing here is I will do the x value minus the mean over standard deviation, will equals to 0.25. Alright, so and what is mean? Because we don't have the mean value, but because we know what is x minus mean, right? Because x minus mean, which is the ratio, they tell you is 2. So because they already tell you, you can see if I use this one minus the mean, I'm actually getting 2. So therefore, this is 2 over standard deviation. I will get 0.25. So then I kind of need to find a table to find where is 0.25. Then I will just, like scroll down here to use the table because I need 0.25. 0.25, the nearest one is this one, and I need to minus 14. I have 13. So this one called what? 0.674. 0.674. So therefore, I know 2 over alpha equals to 0.674. Then, not alpha, standard deviation. Then I can find my standard deviation by doing something like this. So this is 2 divided by 0.674. So it's 2.967. Alright. Then the second part, they says what? They say is given that the mean of the bus arrives is 7 o'clock 50 minutes, 7.15. Alright, so the the students are considered late if they arrive after 7:20 a.m. So the lead take the bus to the school, calculate the probability he will be late, and then give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So okay, so in order to do these questions, the mean I will assume is 7.15. It's not assumed, it's given. And then they say late 5 minutes. This is 2 minutes, right? 5 minutes is maybe somewhere here, late 5 minutes. So it's considered late. So therefore, it's somewhere here. I do not know what is this value. I'm going to call it x1. I'm going to call it x1 here. And I'm not sure I still need a standard deviation or not, but I copy it down, 2.967. Because I need some space here. Then what I will do here is, okay, I say, okay, it's considered late is more than 7:20. Okay, it's a time, it's considered late. So I kind of need to find this thing. The 720 is here, right? Because 715 to 720. So I feel not so comfortable to write 720. I prefer write the x1 here. Alright, so probabilities of getting the z here. So the z here will be what? X1 minus mean over standard deviation. Standard deviation we have already 2.967. Alright, because this question, the difficult part is there's no way to find the mean. So therefore, I kind of need to use back the same methods. So if I use the x1 minus the mean, basically I use the 720 minus the 715, right? So you know it's 5 minutes. So the top here will be 5 over 2.967. So yeah, I will use the calculator, do the 5 divided by 2.967. Alright, then this is probability z is bigger than 1.685. I leave in 3 decimal, it should be enough because your table can't find any value more than 3 decimal. 1.685. Okay, let's check it out. 1.685. Where is it? So, okay. So I find where is 1.6. This is 1.6. I need to go to A. So it's somewhere here. So, and then 5. 1.685 will be minus this one. So it'll be 0.0465 and then minus the 5 here. Am I got correct? 1.685. Okay. So it'll be 0.0460. Because they asked about 3 significant figures, right? Okay. So it will be 0.0460. Yep. This is how we do this kind of question. I hope I doesn't make any carrot mistake, but then I might make mistake. So, and the last question is really hard. I mean, I don't know. It's not the common question we used to do in our exercise, in our state paper, or in our past year paper. And a bit frustrated about this paper is, even though you already finished like your 10 years past year paper, I also think you at least you have 5 to 6 questions in this paper you like never see before. Of course, if we think positively, maybe the Lembaga actually want to train the critical thinking of the student, but I don't think this is a good way of training the student because the student doesn't practice that way. Yeah, so we should train like before the real exam so that the student can like master the pattern of the question and so on. I don't think like normal practice you give the student an easy question and at the end the SPM you come out something like totally different and you expect student can do. If student cannot do, you just plan the student say they are not good in critical thinking and so on. I think this is not the good way in practice the student to become better in AddMath. Anyways, I hope they will watch my video and actually change a bit. I mean, yeah, I love the K-bar question or hot questions, but I hope they actually will train more teachers to teach this kind of difficult question in class so the student actually can think this way. Anyways, yeah. So the mean is 4. I don't think the mean is 4. I guess a lot of you would assume the mean is 4 is because you think 25% is actually 2. So you think, okay, here is 25%. But then you can see the distance is not the same. So that means what? If this area here, I call 25. This area here is 25. But you can see the area actually make the skew actually go longer. So definitely we cannot say here is 2 and it is not the 2. So we cannot assume the mean is 4. Because even though you see the area, one area is like this is 2. But then when the area I squeeze it becomes smaller, so the bottom is no longer stay with 2 already. It definitely will become longer if you use some common sense to think about that. So I don't think the mean will be 4. But anyways, if you have a marking scheme or anything, yeah, you can show me. Alright, so don't worry, this live streaming will be saved in my YouTube channel, and I hope, yeah, it will help the SPM student this year. Definitely will not help the SPM student last year because they already finished the exam. Anyways, I hope you can share to whoever will benefit from this video, and yeah, like my channel, subscribe my channel, please. Alright, okay, so I'm done here. So I will see you guys around, and definitely I will discuss about the paper 2. Yeah, please stay tuned in my channel and not the bell button, so that when I do a live streaming, the YouTube will send an email to you, so you will not miss any of my live streaming. So yeah, I see you guys around. Bye bye.